Hope the light's right for this. Woodland Mills Grindlux 4000. Bandsaw blade sharpener. I'm going to show you how at least how I do it. This is a 10-degree double hard blade from wood-mizer for the LT35. So at 10-degree double hard, which was, got boxes of them. Anyway, that was the only blade we could buy at 10-degree. Now they have a 9-degree. May try that. But anyway, this video is going from the 10-degree to a custom sharpening of about 8.5. So you just move that dial. Here would be 10. The 10-degree would be here, and the 7-degree would be there. Here's what we tried first. Now we're at about 8.5. Tried about a 7.5 first. Now we're about 8.5 degree angle on the blades. So the first time you sharpen these blades, going from a 10-degree to an 8.5 degree, you're only going to sharpen this very, very tip. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a pointer. Alright, let me get an ice pick for a pointer. So I don't know if you can see this or not, maybe. On this 10-degree blade, the first time you sharpen it, all we're sharpening is just that very tip. This is not being sharpened because it's still at a 10-degree angle, and we're going to an 8. So I do not sharpen down in there yet. I've got the gullet sharpened from here to here. Well, not sharpened, but ground. Grind the gullet from there to there. But all you're getting off the tooth is just the very tip of each tooth. You can see it on that one, maybe. You just get that very tip from there to there. The next sharpening will go further into this angle, and the next sharpening, the third sharpening, will totally go into that angle, and it will be a true 8-degree or 8.5 degree. But the first two sharpenings, all you get, let me adjust this. So the first two sharpenings, all you get is just that very, very edge of that tooth, from there to there. You don't get this part, and then you skip a little bit here, and then you get the gullet. The next sharpening, you'll get a little bit more and a little bit more. This one's been around to the automatic shutoff. I started right here at the weld. Don't know why, but I always start at the weld. And it came around to the automatic shutoff a couple days ago, as you can see with all the cobwebs. So now I'm going to finish up this blade from here to, about here, wherever it's sharpened, here to about there. But you'll see, hopefully in this video, you'll see that it doesn't get that whole face of that tooth. Just gets the tip and then skips. I hope you can see that. Just the tip, and then it skips. There's a good one to look at right there. So this one had chalk in it, and you can see the chalk. You can see where it has chalk. So I just got the tip, and then there's chalk right there in it. in that area that I didn't get. And then I got the gullet there. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe too much light. Just got just the tip, not that area, and then the gullet. Maybe you can see that angle, I don't know. But that way it'll go to an 8-degree custom grind. So you see how it doesn't get that whole tooth? Just that tip. And that's because the angle was at 10 and we're taking it to an 8. Next sharpening, you'll get a little bit more of the face of that tooth. And the next sharpening, it'll get all of it. I think we're back around to the beginning now. Yep, we're coming back around to the beginning. Here we go. There's the beginning of it. See how it's not getting that gullet very much anymore? See? That's the beginning of it. We're sharp. So that was just the last few teeth on this blade. It's now sharpened at 8-degree. This sharpening, I don't feel that this sharpening, with just sharpening the tip of that tooth, I know the tip of that tooth is all that's cutting on the wood, but I don't feel that this sharpening lasts me as long as the rest of my sharpenings when I go to 8.5. I know Wood-mizer now sells a 9-degree double hard, but they didn't at the time, and so we stuck with the 10s. Now I'll just take this blade off, put it on a sawmill, and we'll sell some red oak, I think, is on the menu today. But that's going from a 10-degree to an 8.5, or a custom grind. It's 8.5. I've never measured it, but it looks about like 8.5. Why do I do that? Because I think the 10-degree wanders a little bit in my white pine knots with the LT35. The 8.5-degree doesn't wander as much, so I don't get as much of a wave in the boards with the 8.5-degree. And the 7-degree, I don't think stays sharp as long as the 8 or the 10. So I don't get as many board feet cut with the 7-degree grind. So that's why I do the 8.5. I think it gives me the most board feet. The blade stays sharp the longest, and it doesn't wander through my white pine, but it still cuts my hardwood really, really nice. So, Woodland Mills Grindlux 4000. Hard to beat. The Wood-mizer, when this one was purchased, I didn't buy it. When this one was purchased, Wood-mizer did not sell their sharpener. They're a cheap sharpener. So this is the Wood-mizer's version of their cheap sharpener is this. Woodland Mills sold it. The discs are really cheap, and it's a good sharpener. Runs off your 12-volt battery, and I haven't had any problems with it. I get, counting these first 2 sharpenings, which, like I say, don't last as long, I don't think, as once I get it fully ground to 8-degree. But counting these first 2 sharpenings, I've got as many as 11 sharpenings off a blade before it either breaks or you see cracks in the gullet, and as few as 6. So anywhere between 6 and 11 sharpenings out of these blades when I'm taking them from 10 degree to 8.5 degree. 10 sharpenings on a blade, that's when the blades are $25 a piece. You get 10 of them, that's 250 bucks. That's eating into your lumber profits there when you're spending that much money, I think. So custom grinding really is the way to go for me. I couldn't see sending this back 10 times to wood-mizer to get it sharpened. It'd be, even doing that, it'd be 80 bucks. So that's why you custom grind, and that's why you choose the Grindlux 4000. The others, this adjustment here to get your angle, on some of the other ones that you buy, watch it, because the only choices you have is 7, 10, or 14. With this one, it has a slide that you can move and tighten up back there with this handle here, and you can grind it, custom grind it to any angle you want. I don't know if wood-mizer's new one does that or not, but I don't think so. I know their old one didn't. Their expensive one doesn't. So when you're buying a sharpener, make sure you can get your own custom angle. Play with it. Find out what's best for you, what's best for your wood. I played with the angle on this. 10 to 7 to 8 to 7.5 to 9s. I played with set on the teeth from 28. Oh, I'm going to say that wrong. 28 thousandths of a degree angle to 8. Bending those teeth. So I've bent them out real far, and I've tried them real narrow. I find that this angle works for me the best. This is a 0.024. 0.024. That's what I'm going for on the degree, on the angle of these. So just what I'm saying is get you a grinder that will allow you to grind your own custom angles so you can play with it and find out what's best for you, your wood. You know, you're cutting whatever wood you're cutting. Find out what's best for you. You can grind it. With this one, you can grind any angle you want. Like, subscribe, and I'll try to put out another long, boring video. No, I'm just making this short. Bye.